Welcome into the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. Hope everybody had a good weekend, good Father's Day, all that good stuff. Happy Monday on today's show. Going to take a look at some offseason winners and losers as the offseason is mostly over. I mean, the outlook at this point is, OTAs in the books, obviously the draft, free agency, that came and went. Free agency still ongoing. Trades could still happen, but no on-field work being done, and obviously player acquisition is, much slower this time of year as we wait for training camp later in the month of July, which we broke down yesterday. That's going to start on July 27th. But, hey, this has gone fast. I mean, the game against the Bengals feels like ages ago, but at the same time, this offseason's also gone by pretty fast. Getting ready to go for the 2022 NFL season. I, for one, cannot wait for that Week 1 game against the Arizona Cardinals. Are you ready? Who's ready for Week 1? If you are, like this video, hit that thumbs up icon as we continue to try and rack up as many likes here in the month of June. Appreciate all the support already. If you haven't already, go ahead and like this video. All right, let's get to those offseason winners and losers for the Kansas City Chiefs. Just going to kind of narrow it down. 3 guys on each side of the spectrum here. We'll start with some winners. Number 1, Orlando Brown. And now Orlando Brown has not been paid yet, but he's hired an agent. Negotiations are ongoing, and he's about to get the bag. Orlando Brown's about to be a very rich man. $20 million per year probably is the floor for what he's going to get. Maybe becomes the highest paid tackle in football. That would be over $23.01 million per year, which is what Trent Williams got last year. I don't know if he'll get quite that, but I think $22 million per year, something like that, is where he's going to settle in, which makes him a winner because he's going to get a new deal that is going to happen. How much money per year do you think Orlando Brown will get on his new deal? Let me know down in the comment section below. How much money is Orlando Brown going to get on a new contract? Next winner for the Kansas City Chiefs, a player we haven't talked about much this offseason, and that's Travis Kelce. And I think what makes him a winner is not that he wasn't a huge part of the offense before. He was, one of the 2 main focal points along with Tyreek Hill. But now that Tyreek Hill is gone, you think Kelce's numbers were crazy before? They might even get crazier. They might get even higher than what they've been. He's about to put up huge numbers. His past 6 seasons with the Chiefs, 4 of which have been with Patrick Mahomes, he's been incredible. 6 straight 1,000-yard seasons, almost 50 touchdowns, over 7,200 yards. He has been, without a doubt, the best receiving tight end in football, and I think he's the best receiving tight end of all time, and I think when it's all said and done, he could be the best tight end, period, in NFL history. I think he's going to have a huge year. I wouldn't be shocked if he had something like 1,400 yards. I mean, I think Travis Kelce is about to put up ridiculous numbers here in 2022. Do you love the Kansas City Chiefs? If you do, hit that subscribe button because we're plugging out videos just about every day here on this channel, the latest news, rumors. Normally we go live on Monday, but I had some other duties today here at Chat Sports, so that is why we are not live, but still bringing you a video because that's what we're all about. Subscribe. If you love the Chiefs, hit that sub button and stay locked in for more videos. All right, one more offseason winner for the Kansas City Chiefs. That is new wide receiver Marquez Valdes-Scantling, an MVS by all accounts, has fit in and stood out really well. Now, he also got a nice deal in free agency, 3 years, $36 million. I didn't think he would get that much. Now, the way the wide receiver market ballooned, maybe it's not as crazy of a deal as we initially might have thought, but he got life-changing money. He stood out during OTAs and minicamp. He's meshing well with Patrick Mahomes, and I think in a wide receiver room that is wide open, I think he could be your number 2 type of receiver, maybe even number 1. Who knows? I think it's kind of I view the Chiefs wide receiver group as kind of positionless basketball. One week it's going to be MVS. The next week it could be Juju. Could be McCole Hardman's week. Skyy Moore. Maybe Josh Gordon, Justin Ross get into the mix. Very deep room without maybe a clear-cut number 1. That's when having Travis Kelce helps, but I think MVS is a clear winner of this offseason. He's come in, done all the right things, and has gathered the attention of Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Who will be the Chiefs' number 1 receiver, not including Kelce, obviously, who's the tight end? Who's going to be that number 1 wideout? Who will lead this team in receiving outside of Kelce? Take a guess. If you think it'll be MVS, type his name. If you think it's going to be Juju, McCole Hardman. What do you know, or what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section of this video. Who is going to be the Chiefs' number 1 wide receiver this year? That is what I want to know for you guys. Let's get to some losers for the offseason. I got to go Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Listen, not necessarily anything he's done wrong, but coming off of a couple of injury-riddled and disappointing seasons, if you will. CEH, his future is somewhat questionable. Now, I still have him in there as RB1, but the Chiefs went out and signed Ronald Jones. They brought back Jarrett McKinnon and Derek Gore. They drafted Isaiah Pacheco. I mean, I think what the Chiefs are doing here is saying, hey, we're sending you a message like, if you don't perform, we've got other guys we can go to. Ronald Jones has been a starter in this league. Jarrett McKinnon proved in the playoffs he can be this team's primary back at times. Probably not for a full 17-game load, but he can take the majority of snaps on any given Sunday. Clyde Edwards-Helaire has been put on notice by the Kansas City Chiefs, and it's up to him to respond, and hopefully he does that because obviously the Chiefs invested a first-round pick into him. Do you trust CEH, Clyde Edwards-Helaire? Type Y for yes. Type in for no. Do you trust the former first-round pick for the Chiefs? Hard to say yes at this point. I'm typing my in for no. Follow the Chiefs Report over on Rumble because we have free and uncensored content on a daily basis. You can also find other content creators over there in the sports world, news, politics, tech, business, crypto, whatever your flavor of information is. There are plenty of hosts and channels over there that you can watch. If you're watching on Rumble, go ahead and hit that follow button. You can keep listening to our videos with other apps open. Maybe you're on a walk and you put your phone in your pocket. You can have other apps open. Boom, listen podcast style. If you're on YouTube, you have to have the app open at all times unless you're a premium member, which we don't expect that at all. Rumble.com/ChiefsTV. Give us a follow over there for more Chiefs news, rumors, and other content. All right, Skyy Moore is next up here. Mostly just because he's missed out on some practice time, some reps that, I think for rookies are more valuable than vets at this point when you're talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. Hamstring issue has held him out some. So, that's not super ideal. I don't think it's a huge deal. I think he can make up for that during training camp. But this is a guy, once he was drafted, that was like, who knows? Maybe he's your number one receiver by the end of 2022. I think he's certainly a little behind the 8 ball at this point. You're expecting big things out of this kid who put up monstrous numbers at Western Michigan, especially this past year in 2021 with 1,300 yards and 10 touchdowns. Missed some time with that hammy. McCole Hardman did as well, but he's a vet, so I don't think it impacts him quite as much. Frank Clark, my final offseason loser. Now he's a winner because he just had a kid, which excused him from mandatory minicamp, so congrats to the Clarks for that one. But he had to take a pay cut, so he lost out on some money. And, he did miss a lot of practice time even before the excused absence at mandatory minicamp, didn't go to OTAs. And this is a position at defensive end that has major question marks. And Frank Clark is paid, even with the pay cut, to deliver on the field, and the numbers have been dwindling since the Chiefs traded for him. 2019, pretty good year. 8 sacks was great in the playoffs. 2020, not so much. 2021, even less so, with only 4.5 sacks and 22 total tackles. This is a make or break year. That's why he accepted the pay cut. He knew that if he didn't do that, he was going to get outright cut. But he's got to be here for this year. And with only really adding George Karlaftis at defensive end in the NFL draft, it's kind of like, all right, like we're relying on you to give us good pass rushing production and make plays in the pass and run game. So we'll see if he's able to do that. Big year for Frank Clark. I think he's an offseason loser. All right, biggest offseason winner and loser for the Kansas City Chiefs up to this point. Obviously, technically, we're still in the offseason, but all the on-field work is done, and we're waiting for training camp. And to me, training camp is the start of the season. So let me know, who do you think the biggest winner is and the biggest loser for the Chiefs this offseason? Appreciate you guys for tuning in to the Kansas City Chiefs Report. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for more Chiefs news and rumors videos. I'm Harrison Graham. We'll see you soon here on the channel.